Today, Ferrari is one of the most recognizable names in the world. Its cars are associated with speed, luxury, exclusivity, and enormous wealth. But Ferrari didn't begin as a luxury empire. It began with a racing obsession and a founder determined to build winning cars. So how did a small racing operation become one of the world's most valuable automotive brands? The answer is a story of racing, risk, partnerships, scarcity, and brand and power. This is the story of Ferrari. Part 1. Before Ferrari cars. 030 to 105. Before Ferrari became a car manufacturer, Enzo Ferrari was focused on racing. In 1929, he founded Scuderia Ferrari in Modena, initially running Alfa Romeo racing cars. The goal wasn't to build luxury road cars, it was to compete. Ferrari's reputation was built on the racetrack, where performance and victories became the foundation of the brand, Ferrari, and that decision would eventually become one of Ferrari's greatest business advantages. Part 2. Building his own cars. 105 to 145. In 1939, Enzo Ferrari established his own company, originally called Auto Avio Costruzioni. Then, in the 1940s, the operation moved to Maranello. In 1947, Ferrari produced the 125S, its first racing car. Just 1 year later came the 166 Inter, Ferrari's first road car. Something important was happening. Ferrari was turning racing technology and racing reputation into road-going automobiles. Ferrari, Part 3. Racing becomes the brand. 145 to 25. Ferrari entered the Formula One World Championship in 1950. The company quickly established itself as a serious competitor. In 1952, Ferrari won its first Formula One Constructors' World Championship. Ferrari, the racing success wasn't just about trophies. It created something much more valuable: reputation. Every victory helped reinforce the idea that Ferrari wasn't an ordinary car company. It was a racing legend. Part 4. The financial pressure. To 25 to 305. But behind the glamour was a serious problem. Racing was expensive. Enzo Ferrari wanted Ferrari to remain competitive, but funding the racing operation was becoming increasingly difficult. Ferrari even came close to selling to Ford in the 1960s before the deal fell apart. Enzo still needed a strong partner, and eventually, that partner became Fiat. Ferrari, Part 5. The deal that changed Ferrari. 305 to 345. In 1969, Fiat acquired a 50% stake in Ferrari. The partnership gave Ferrari greater financial support while allowing its racing activities to continue. This was a major turning point. Ferrari could now pursue ambitious racing and engineering projects with a much stronger financial foundation. Ferrari +1. The lesson was powerful. Sometimes, surviving doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means finding the right partner. Part 6. Scarcity becomes a superpower. 345 to 425. Ferrari also developed another powerful strategy: exclusivity. Ferrari didn't try to put one of its cars in every driveway. Instead, limited production helped make ownership feel special. The fewer people who could have something, the more desirable it could become. Ferrari's racing heritage, Italian design, performance, and limited availability combined to create something far more valuable than transportation. They created status. Part 7. The brand becomes bigger than the car. For 25 to 5 o'clock. This is where Ferrari's business model became fascinating. People weren't buying Ferrari simply to get from one place to another. They were buying a piece of the brand's story, the racing history, the design, the sound, the badge, the feeling of owning something rare. Ferrari had transformed a racing identity into a luxury identity, and that made the brand incredibly difficult to copy. Part 8. Ferrari's next transformation. 5 o'clock to 5:35. After Enzo Ferrari's death in 1988, Fiat increased its ownership stake to 90%, with the remaining 10% held by Enzo's son, Piero Ferrari. But Ferrari continued evolving. Its cars became more technologically advanced. Its racing program remained central to its identity, and the company continued building a reputation around performance and exclusivity. Part 9. From automaker to public company. 535 to 605. Then came another major transformation. Ferrari separated from the FCA Group and became an independent publicly traded company. Its shares began trading on the New York Stock Exchange in 2015. In January 2016, Ferrari also completed its listing on the Italian Stock Exchange. Ferrari +1. Ferrari was no longer simply a famous racing company. It had become a global luxury business. Ending. 605 to 640. Ferrari's story teaches a powerful business lesson. You don't always become valuable by selling more. Sometimes, you become valuable by making people want what only a limited number of people can have. Ferrari built its reputation through racing, turned that reputation into road cars, used partnerships to strengthen the business, and transformed exclusivity into one of its greatest competitive advantages. Ferrari didn't just sell cars, it sold a dream. And that's the money behind the story. This is Money Behind the Story. Subscribe for more stories about how the world's biggest companies built their empires.